Okay, so mortgages, the mortgage game is the same thing as the trustee game. It's just a little bit different. Uh, in this case, you would be basically notifying in your private court what the status is. Anytime that there is something that is a change, there must be a status change to the status. Otherwise, there's no correction to the fraud contract. You understand? That your private court is the county clerk. The county clerk also cuts the checks if you strong arm them, because they ain't going to want to give you a check because you're not one of them. But if you strong arm them with everything that needs to be said, you can get them to cut you checks from your court cases and everything else. And you will be victorious. I'm telling you, I had a bail bondsman scared to death to touch 20 grand that was sitting in a court case that I was battling, where I was being bombarded by the whole system and they were trying to throw me away. And I was within my right on everything. And I had to fight them alone. And I beat them. And basically, everything is them asking you for permission. Everything is them running a con game. And if you change the status of the contracts, you can basically say, hey, so for instance, I went to San Diego. This vampire was leading me there. But before I realized what shills really were, I had to deal with this vampire count guy, this multi-millionaire. And he had all kinds of cars, and he had a big $1.7 million house with a bunch of Jesus scripts on it. And he was like, take over my house. It's up on a hill. And there's realtors and stuff in the yard, and they're going to take my house and sell it. And I was evicted. And all this whole thing was a full sham, okay? This dude could not keep himself out of trouble. He kept getting himself intentionally into trouble. He was banned from going to Mexico. He turns around and goes back to Mexico while I'm representing him. When I get baited up there, he gives me thousands and says, hey, just stay here and help me stay out of trouble. And he tries to trap me. In the end, he doesn't get in any trouble, okay, when it really finally came down to it, and I left with his mansion. And I had the deed, and the thing said that I owned it. I went in, okay, against an eviction, okay, had the realtors, which was also a law firm, pull the realtor shit out of the yard. Had the people selling the $1.7 million home and told them to take it off of the market because it was now my house. And they fucking took it off, and they all backed off. The sheriffs that fucking said, we don't want you coming up here again because you said you had the deed. I even outsmarted them because they tried to work with the realtor, and I even got the realtor to back off and the sheriff, and I got the goddamn house. Still, when the dude was told to not go back to the goddamn house, I still took the house as his lawyer. In fact, so I'm telling you, lawyers are liars. So when you're an attorney, in fact, and you know the rules, there is no attorney that can fuck with you. There is no judge that can fuck with you because they are facades. The realty game is a facade. It's a fucking hoax. They want you to run in a hamster wheel, and at the end, whenever you're done paying these fake taxation thefts on your house, they come and seize the house. Because whoever gets it after that is going to be easy come, easy go. They're not going to be thinking like you are. They're going to give it right up, or they're going to sell it, or whatever. So, the mortgage game is nothing but a fraud. In the worst case scenario, I can get a house in any situation, and I am going to teach you everything I know about this. Yep. See, my little offspring here, they don't live like everybody else. They know what's going on. They know everything. And that's the only way that I want them to exist in this world. I don't want them thinking that there's a such thing as a U.S. citizen. I don't want them to think that. That's crazy. I don't want them to think that there's a such thing as an Easter Bunny or Santa Claus. That's crazy. Because we're living in a world that's meant to be real. So whenever it's magic, it needs to be associated with what's truly magical in here and not any facade of lies. Because that's all they're telling us is a bunch of lies. So when it comes to what's truly miraculous in this place, we're not able to embrace it. And I had to learn how to trust the Creator once again, because I didn't know how to trust anybody. But if you stare into that light up there, you will have all-seeing eyes. You will see everything. You will see everything that they don't want you to know. You will see everything. Everything that you've ever learned will be very concise and usable and accessible at one moment, at another, like the Limitless movie, because that's your white Limitless pill. Go straight to the head. So that's why I'm so concise. So it's not even just a matter of knowledge. Sometimes it's a matter of having the ability to use everything at once. And it makes you fast. It makes you quick with it. But if you take my class today, I will show you the very simple way of how to take your house back from a foreclosure, from anything, because they're stealing from you. They're stealing, all right? Taxation is theft. Foreclosures are theft, because nobody can create a contract and nobody can do anything except living people. Everything else is a nullity. See what I'm saying? Everything else is fake. So they've been taking your house with a bunch of fakery and a bunch of con games, a bunch of coonery going on. So learn the game. You drop me $150. This is a week special for everybody. You send me $150. I will teach you how to take your house back. I will teach you how to take any house. I will teach you how to take anything from anybody. It's very easy. But it's going to be within the confines of them doing something wrong against you, because when that happens, that's when you're entitled to things, not when you want to be a bully and just take things from people, all right? You're entitled when people do you wrong. So, with that being said, learn the game from me. Learn the trustee game. Learn the mortgage game. Save your house. Save your life. Get a house. Obtain a house. Live a nice life. Live free. And live again. Live free or die. Ha 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 ha. Well, I didn't learn. Well, I guess I got to die now. Crazy, man, what they doing here. You got to be shitting me. That means that somebody ate you and they needed to shit you out. But you needed to be saying that like you're excited about it. What kind of world are we living in? Sell yourself into slavery. Willingly. With a Sister K trust. This taxation is theft. But if you accept, we're going to take your house. What kind of world are we living in, y'all? Welcome to Grim Nasty TV. Huh? Today, you get paid. Huh? Today is your day. Inbox me. Follow me on Instagram at GrimNasty1. Follow me at Facebook.com/GrimNasty. Add me. Let's be friends. Let's sun gaze. Let's take this place back. Let's be free again. And stay awake.